I wonder what this is about. Evil husband realized his wife recorded everything.
Overweight little f***ing pig. What other husband would take care of their wife? Nobody.
He went out to clean out my poop with the Clorox wipes. He came back in and he shoved it in my mouth. He said, I should make you swallow this with the dirty zoo animal you are.
And so when we brought her in, Dr. Hanan came in. He's like, why do you have all these bruises? He was trying to blame me. I will f***ing make you swallow every pill of morphine that you have in that bottle and you will be out of this world within 1 hour. Do you hear me?
Yes.
And I've been by her side the whole time, which will never change.
A beloved doctor with a rare form of cancer reveals that she's been fighting a second secret battle behind closed doors. It's a story written on her face in bruises and preserved in a recording her husband knows nothing about. The question is, did her escape come too late?
I was able to make it to the front door with my walker, and I was able to get out to them. And I said, I need help, I need out, I need out.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. A hospital administrator in Grand Forks, North Dakota calls the police when a cancer patient reports being subjected to physical mistreatment at the hands of her husband.
We would like an officer to come here to help issue a no trespass, and this particular individual, we're expecting him in like the next 10 minutes to be on site, and he does have a history of violence, so could we get somebody over here kind of right away?
And is he an employee or somebody coming in to visit a patient?
No, but the spouse is an inpatient, so he's not allowed to see her due to the nature of some of the things she's disclosed.
An officer with the Grand Forks Police Department is dispatched to Altru Hospital, where after getting a brief rundown from employees, she leaves a message for 40-year-old Josh Temple, the man they want trespassed.
I'm talking with hospital staff here. For whatever reason, it doesn't sound like they would like you here. This phone call is to let you know you are not allowed to come to Altru for any reason unless you have emergency medical attention that is needed. Other than that, I do understand that your wife is in here obtaining treatment, but you are not allowed on the property. I'll go up to 411 and interview her. Do you want to just hang out just to see if he does end up showing up, or just make sure he doesn't? Typically, if they're going to be violent with the spouse, they won't typically be with us. But, I mean, I guess really that doesn't mean anything, but typically, they do stuff like that in private, right?
I was just going to say, yeah, it's more of a
behind closed doors type thing.
Yeah.
The officer arrives at the room where Josh's wife, Dr. Whitney Temple, is receiving treatment for complications arising from chemotherapy.
She does have a cancer diagnosis
Yes.
of some sort, okay. And what is she here for currently?
It depends on how you spin it, right?
Okay.
She had diarrhea. She was being abused. I mean, she knew she would potentially die because she has low platelets. So she used her diarrhea as her excuse and weakness to get here.
Okay.
To try to get herself safe.
And maybe it's not what we're thinking, right? Maybe it's more verbal abuse, which is something that
You'll know when you see her.
Okay.
The officer learns that Whitney came to the hospital by ambulance 2 days earlier, but before she can get more information, she gets a phone call back from Josh, who believes this stems from a conflict between himself and medical staff.
I was there last night taking care of her, and I think they're mad because I had her get out of her bed and stand up for a little while as well, and they missed that she was fluid overloaded, and so they weren't following proper, because I know a lot about medicine too, and my wife's a physician.
Okay.
And I study it. I love medicine, absolutely love it. I was in the Army for 8 years, and I was a combat lifesaver and fell in love with medicine. I probably should have just went that route and still think about it, of doing physician route.
Brother, what is this, a TED Talk? You know what I'm saying? We don't want to know about your life.
Anyway, but so I know a lot about it, and saved a lot of lives in Iraq too.
Having established his credentials, Josh, a home builder by profession, says that before he realized she was fluid overloaded, he had her stand for about 10 minutes to build up her strength.
And she ended up falling again. She's been falling a lot. And I didn't think she was going to, is because she was fluid overloaded. She had her walker in front of her and the bed to the side.
Okay.
And so I think that they got mad about that as well, or at least the nurse was. I know that they don't want to be questioned and harped on or whatever, and I get it. And I know my wife looks like a hot mess right now with all of her bruising and her bad medical situation, but it's been like this for almost 2 years. This is just, another day for us. And I promise you, I'm not just being some hostile, mean guy. I'm not like that. Very loving, just very protective.
So,
yes, my wife has been falling a lot. She's fallen at work a couple of times too.
is that where her bruising comes from, Josh? Is that where her bruising comes from?
Yes. So she has low platelets and she's been falling. Anytime you touch her or grab her or squeeze her or she falls down, whatever, when you have 30,000 platelets in your body when you're supposed to have 150 to 250,000,
What are platelets?
going to bruise. She's going to look like a mess. She's going to look like her knees are all banged up, from falling. I understand that. I promise she's not a danger to herself or that I'm not taking care of her or just letting her fall.
Nonetheless, the officer informs him that for the time being, her orders stand and he is not allowed back on the property until further notice. Next, the officer must speak with Whitney, who has a much different story to tell.
Hello, my name's Abby. I'm with the police department. Do you mind if we chat?
Absolutely.
Okay, and you're Whitney,
I am.
right? And these are mom and dad?
Mom and Dad. And they know everything.
And you came in a couple of days ago, I think they said the 3rd.
Yep, and I had to come by ambulance because he refused to take me to the hospital.
Okay.
So I ended up calling an ambulance in the middle of the night to get here.
Whitney will share much more about the horrifying lead up to this hospital stay, but she assures the officer that the trouble in her marriage didn't start this week, as much as Josh may claim otherwise.
If they're trying to make it look like I'm letting her fall or being mean to her or whatever, we've been married for since 2020. I've never been mean to her.
So when we moved into our townhouse in June of 2020, he said I said something lippy, and he punched me in the chest, and I fell on my butt, and I was like, why did you do that? And he's like, you just slipped. I didn't hit you that hard. If I hit you, you would have broken something.
According to Whitney, that was only the beginning.
We were in the car, and I said something lippy. He's too lippy and mouthy, and he hit me in the side of the face. I was wearing my sunglasses, and it broke the sunglasses on my face, and I had marks. And when I told him you broke my sunglasses, and he goes, I was just trying to grab them off your face. You listen to me.
Whitney says that these episodes didn't end when she was diagnosed with cancer in 2022. If anything, they may have gotten worse.
I have a significant wound on my backside that medically he was kind of the cause of because he wouldn't bring me to the hospital.
Okay.
And so he was doing my wound care for it. He said he's the only one who could do it, and I would die if he didn't do it, so nobody else can take care of me. And I was getting really, really woozy, and he smacked me on the butt on the non-injured side.
Okay.
He's like, wake up, if you fall on this floor, you're gonna get septic again, we can't get you up. And another time during a dressing change, I was being lippy, and he hit me on the back of the head, and it made my head hit the side of the tile in the shower.
Whitney endured Josh's episodic outbursts in isolation until a particularly bad incident in April 2023. Afterwards, she reached out to her sister and broke her silence. Josh took my phone away from me last night, but not before I hit record. Then, referring to Josh's daughter from a previous relationship, she said, he initially got mad at me because I asked him for a wet paper towel to clean bone slobber off my blanket from dog. And with that, Whitney shared 2 audio recordings that the police report, in a moment of understatement, describes as disturbing.
You always find a way to f it up, and this is why I don't want to be with you forever. All you do is you're just a goddamn, you're just nothing but a burden. I have to take care of you. These are horrible, and you have cancer, and if you're not dying, you're and you're complaining, it's pissing me off. Always something with you. When are things ever just going to be good? The truth is never, right? Huh? Right? You freak out over a little dog eating their bone next to you.
I didn't freak out.
Oh, I need this blanket washed. Oh, I need that washed. Oh, I need this done.
I just asked for a wet paper towel.
Do it yourself. Start doing your own stuff. Let's see how well that goes. Do you want to do your own wound care tonight?
I can't see it.
I'm just sick of you, and I just don't know how we're going to be able to keep pushing forward. I just do not enjoy my time with you.
Man, I hate dudes like this. Is one thing I absolutely hate. It's one thing if the girl was very young and she was well, you know what I'm saying, she could leave. That to me is more excusable or less excusable. But when it's a lady that's sick, that needs your care, bro, you know she depends on you. This is how you treat her, you bitch. You know what I'm saying, bro? Weird dudes like this, bro, it's just an inferior superior thing, bro. So he probably this dude definitely got bullied in jail, you know, or I mean bullied his whole life or made to feel inferior his entire life. He gets a wife that, you know what I'm saying, he views as young, you know what I'm saying? And it shows, bro, like she's dying of cancer and you throw that in her face? Bro, what?
The opening moments of the recording are enough to expose the tension in the home, but it's only a hint of the horrors to come. The altercation came a year after Whitney began experiencing mysterious pains in the spring of 2022.
He told me that I was having pain because I'm obese and I don't work out and I just need to work out more and lose weight.
Josh's view of the situation turned out to be incomplete at best.
And he wouldn't let me go to the doctor, and I eventually, because I was in so much pain, I texted my doctor, because we're close, and I said, I really need to get in with you. I've been having this severe pain, and now I'm having neurologic symptoms. And she got me in, like, the next day, and got me an MRI.
Okay.
To do it behind his back.
Whitney was finally diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma in August 2022, missing a crucial early window for treatment. Soon, chemotherapy had to be temporarily suspended because Whitney suffered a sepsis infection and developed necrotizing cellulitis on her backside, requiring months of recovery. Josh became Whitney's caregiver, and by the time of her secret recording in April 2023, he was ready to use that against her.
So at what point can you stop being a mother burden and being a liability and being a charity case? When are you ever going to stop being that? When? You were like this before cancer even, so don't act like it was only cancer. At least with you, you can't just play that cancer card because you were lazy before this and had to do most things. Because work was too hard for you. You were the only American in this country that goes to work. And even though there's moms out there that have multiple kids and pets, and they come home and have to still be a mother, and they're doctors too, you need to snap out of being the way that you were bred to be, which is lazy and ill. And every time I show you the path and get on you for doing something stupid, you act like a and you walk away. And then you get all mad and you cry about it. Is that going to fix anything? Crying doesn't work on me anymore. I'm completely numb to it. Results work. I'm tired of you not having the results I'm looking for. I'm tired of every day that belly keeps growing even though your weight's dropping. You need to start doing something. It's either you live your life like a pathetic disabled person or you start getting done. You pick.
It's clear from Whitney's private writings that Josh's cruel taunts were not coming out of the blue. In a phone app, she keeps an extensive list of things he's done and said to her over the years. You won't be a good mother. If you were a man, I'd kick your ass. And shut the f*** and eat your chili are but.
I can put this on anything. He is definitely not kicking anybody's ass. Like, you telling me this dude, this dude right here, this guy, this puny bitch, is gonna kick somebody's ass. I'm telling you, bro, like, these dudes be delusional and they use them being tough and getting all big with their girl as validation as, yeah, I'm macho. You a bitch, bro. That's something. Oh, things like this really get me mad, bro.
Josh's cruel taunts were not coming out of the blue. In a phone app, she keeps an extensive list of things he's done and said to her over the years. You won't be a good mother. If you were a man, I'd kick your ass. And shut the f*** and eat your chili are but a few examples.
Like, why are you trying to ruin my one Saturday night with... Why are you so good at ruining things? You're like a professional sabotaging mother.
Ruin it. I just asked for a wet paper towel.
Cause drama.
I was not trying to cause drama.
You shut your mother mouth and don't even open that mouth. Do you hear me?
Yep.
Do not even say a thing. You are not entitled to say a word. When she's over here, it's spend time and to have a good time, not to hear, oh, I need my blanket cleaned off. I need this. I need that. Shut the up. We'll do it later. It's not doing anything sitting there, is it? And you're the mother who opened the window and got cold. Did I tell you to open the window? What did I tell you before? Don't do something unless you're told to do it. You have a severe listening problem.
This judgment, it seems, was a common one from Josh.
He thinks he's such a good guy. And then he does this for my benefit. Because I don't listen to him. I have a listening problem and I'm retarded. And the only way he can get me to listen is to do this.
Made my life hell.
I didn't do anything to you other than try to love you.
No.
Yeah.
I've been unhappy since the first day and I should have just walked away.
Yeah, you should have.
What?
You thought I was just a lazy fat slut who was broke and a burden.
You said she was a slut by
I
the
never
dumpster
said I was
outside
a
of your
slut.
apartment. You said,
No.
well, I am one.
I said by your definition.
No, you did not. You literally said that you were one.
No.
Well, it doesn't matter. The numbers prove that, right? So, it doesn't much matter.
I don't know why you stuck
Sleeping
with
with
me.
people you didn't even know.
If you think I'm such a horrible person.
Well, I was trying to fucking fix you.
You can't fix people.
Because you and I both learned that the
Just
hard
like I
way.
couldn't make you nicer, you couldn't make me what you thought was a better person.
Just because I'm not nice doesn't mean I'm not a good person.
I never said you weren't a good person. You do amazing things. That doesn't mean that you get to be mean to me.
Deathbed this time around, but if it comes back for you again, you can say to yourself, oh, I wish I had him around to save me again.
To this, Whitney responds by saying that his care includes making her want to end it all.
That's what a fight for your life is. If you would have gotten sent to the military, you would have been able to handle this a little bit better because you would have been a little bit stronger in your mind and not play the poor me game.
For now, Josh remains in control of his temper, but that will soon change.
There's a reason why, you know what I'm saying, he did medical. There's reasons for that, you know what I'm saying? Weren't the girls the ones who usually did that? You were probably ridiculed like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Probably treated like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Probably not even take it serious. You little bitch. You know what I'm saying?
You can go ahead and recount in your little mind of every little thing that I've done to save your goddamn life multiple times through this process. And what do I get in return? The same at the end of the rainbow. One day you're going to wake up and realize, oh, why did he always think I was so ungrateful? And then it's comments like you just made tonight that I didn't do that much for you, and that you
I never said that. You're twisting
so
my
I'm
words.
going to cut your mother off tomorrow, and I'm going to see you struggle and watch your wound turn sideways and take you out of this world. How does that sound?
Cruel.
Oh, okay. So what you just said isn't cruel? You're just a user. I hope you know I'll send you an invoice for all of this care. And it's going to be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You twisted
and then I
my
will
words.
send you
I
off on
didn't
your
say
way.
I wasn't
All
grateful
of the
for everything
deals
you've
that I
done.
lost for your as I sit in prime season and let people at my company
You
when I'm
didn't have
gone.
to come with me.
I didn't have to come with you. See, this is exactly what I didn't like of you.
He started hitting me with clothes. And I'm like, please stop, please stop, please stop. And he dragged me out of the bed when I had all this like wound in my Foley and everything. I could get ripped out. And he has me on the floor and he's like repeatedly hitting me with the laundry in his hand. And he's like, I should rip this bandage off you, and you go septic it, and then you septic again, and then you wouldn't survive it.
Even by the time the worst part of the recording is over, it's not any easier to listen to.
Get your back in the bed. You've never saw evil. Get in there. You need to learn what you say before you say it. Try to tell me I didn't have to be there at Mayo to help you? If this cancer comes back, I am letting you go. Do you understand that? Yes or no? Yes, it's true. I have not loved you for a while now, but I have cared about you, and I have felt pity for you. But I don't know what to do because we got married and we're supposed to love each other, and you're very hard to love. And I feel like you're trying to derail my life and yours at the same time. And how is that fair to me when I've literally kept you alive? Huh?
Sorry.
And then you say you...
My God. What? My bro, this is, it do be hard to be like, how in the hell do you not see the signs earlier though? Like this, I don't care what nobody say, bro. You can hide who you are so much. You know what I'm saying? There's always signs before knowing. You know what I'm saying? Knowing for certain who this type of person is. Always. I don't care what you say, bro. So are you why put yourself through this though? Like I don't get that at all.
Didn't have to be there. If I ever hear that come out of your mouth again, I will make you swallow every pill of morphine that you have in that bottle, and you will be out of this world within 1 hour. Do you hear me? I am not playing around anymore. You will be brought out of this world if you.
And that's another thing, bro. The more you let it pass, the crazier it gets. As you saw, like it started off with just a push, then it was a slap in the face. Now he just dragged her on the ground, was beating her on the ground. Now he's threatening her life. Next, he would most likely kill her. Like there's no leveling out with that. Once that boundary of like, oh, I'm hitting you out of anger is crossed, either gender. It's not really a male doing that to a female thing. It's in general. Once that boundary is crossed, you get to that hitting. I feel like you gotta just dead it right then and there. To be honest,
You piss me off like that one more time, and I will put you out of your misery.
The recording puts Josh's conversation with the officer today in a new light.
Yeah, I'm just kind of weirded out when your husband is trying to take extra good care of your wife and then you're like being penalized for it. It's just kind of disheartening.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
I don't
that.
really know I dedicated so much time and effort to her, and now they're just trying to put her into a freaking home.
You better get your 1-bedroom apartment figured out, because that's where you're headed.
Whitney says that at the end of that day's incident, something happened that was even more terrifying than the violence.
And he ended up taking the phone from me, and it was still recording. And I was so scared he was going to see it was recording, and like that was going to be like that was it.
This is how people go down, hanging out with losers like you, because then you drive people to be violent and mean, and then you try to get them in trouble, right? Yes or no? You're not around on this. You're not around on this.
Give me my phone!
No.
Give me my phone!
Lay down.
Give me my phone!
I said no.
You give me my phone.
I said no.
Yes.
Why?
Because.
For what reason?
I need it for my alarms.
No.
Yes.
You're not getting it.
Give me my phone!
I bought it.
No.
Lay down.
Give it back!
You got 5 seconds to lay down. Warm my ass.
But luckily he doesn't know how to get my phone. He has a really bad memory.
Okay.
And so I just recorded it, and eventually like he came in and he's like, I'm gonna get this back to you, and so I was able to like shut it off and like get it to Sissy right away.
Whitney sends the recording off to her sister along with a desperate warning. You cannot tell anyone yet, especially mom and dad, she writes. This is extremely dangerous for me, and if he finds out I recorded him or told anyone about his abuse, he will hurt me again. As Whitney would find out over the next year, however, there was nothing to stop that from happening anyway.
A year, bro? What? This was a year later?
Told anyone about his abuse, he will hurt me again. As Whitney would find out over the next year, however, there was nothing to stop that from happening anyway.
On Saturday he said I should just cut your jugular and end it.
That was
This past Saturday.
this Saturday? Okay.
With that introduction, Whitney describes what happened only 6 days ago when she had an accident in the living room.
So I was trying to get up from the couch, and he was on a work call, and he couldn't like get to me quick enough. And I was trying to get there, and I had diarrhea kind of running down me. And he's like, "You're on my floor like a zoo animal," and like he kind of let me fall off my walker, and he dragged me through the poop into the bathroom, and got me on the toilet. And when he got me on the toilet, he started repeatedly hitting me on this left side of my face until my nose was bleeding.
Was he hitting you with the closed fist or open fist? Okay.
You can see the fingerprints on her face, on her scalp there. Through the fingers.
Okay. And then he said,
And that was the left side of your face?
Right there.
Okay.
And he's like, why are you bleeding? And I said, because you hit the side of my nose. Did it break it? And I said, no, but it's bleeding. And he goes, well, yeah, if I had used a fist, you'd definitely be dead. That's like 2% of what I could do. And then he said, if I hit the right side of your head, you would for sure be dead because your tumor's over there.
Whitney says that the altercation on Saturday only intensified from there.
You're about to hear the worst thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
So he went out to clean out my poop with the Clorox wipes. He came back in and he shoved it in my mouth. He said, I should make you swallow this like the dirty zoo animal you are.
I'm military, I'm cordial. I don't fly off the handle like an idiot or anything, and I'm college educated, I'm not a weirdo.
And he shoved it so hard that it tore my tongue from like the base here. So I have a big wound. We have a picture of that too.
Okay.
If I get poop in there, I can go septic.
Okay.
Much better now.
You do better.
He keeps trying to call me.
I told him I was coming in to talk with you, so I don't know why. Oh, well, I do know why.
Yeah. He's trying to be his sweet self.
It is this sweet side of Josh that Whitney would frequently spotlight, just as she did only a few days earlier when she texted her friend about the bathroom ordeal. He's been by my side ever since, she writes. It kills him being away from me.
Does it seem like he has periods of time where he's, like, physically or emotionally abusive and then he's okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he tries to reel me back in. And he tells me that he doesn't know why he does these things. He gets so scared of losing me that he just kind of loses it.
Nah, bro. That's abuse. That's just as abusive as hitting her. It's that like, nah, bro. I hope he goes to me, bro. Constantly threatening somebody's life. Now did I not just say that though? Now he's taking action. Now he's doing things that could genuinely kill her. Stuffing shit in her mouth, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, now he's doing things that could genuinely kill her. Is it? You know what I'm saying? It's right. I hope in jail, bro, they are having a ball with this dude.
But at the same time, it wasn't uncommon for Whitney to send text messages that were meant as much for Josh's eyes as for the recipient. She once sent a message to her sister that read, "So I only told Josh that I told you he was calling me obese and was sick of me not listening. He can't know you know anything else. The next text I'm going to send is just in case he wants proof I told you I was in the wrong."
He never does this in front of people because he has to save his pride. He's extremely cordial, a doting husband. Like, I got her, I can take care of her.
As for the incident from this past Saturday, Whitney would not find out until later hospital scans that the damage was worse than she even knew, and she suffered a fractured vertebrae during that night's chaos. Whitney says that Josh helped her clean up that night, but the undiagnosed bacterial infection she was suffering from continued to worsen in the coming days.
I was deteriorating again.
Okay.
And I told him I need to go to the hospital. And he said, ultra sucks. They're just going to make you sicker. I can take care of you here. He said, you just need to eat and drink your electrolytes here. We'll get through this. And I said, I feel like I'm dying.
Even at that point, diarrhea, explosive diarrhea for 10 days.
Yeah.
And then what made you call the ambulance Wednesday?
Because I knew if I wouldn't survive the next day. Because my medical stuff was getting worse.
And you called the ambulance yourself?
I did.
Was he aware of that phone call?
Eventually he was. So I was sleeping out on the couch and he was in our guest room. And I was laying out there and I waited till he went to bed and everything. And I called 911. And he eventually came out of his bedroom after I was able to make it to the front door with my walker.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to get out to them. And I said, I need help, I need out, I need out.
In subsequent text messages, Josh adopts a much different persona. "I can't believe I didn't hear you and wake up," he wrote. "This cancer should be in me and not you. I'll never let you down again."
He thinks that staff's upset with him because of an incident that happened yesterday with you falling in the room.
Yes.
And believes that okay. He did say that he was on the other side of the room and that maybe he should have been on the same side of the bed.
He forced me to, I have, this leg doesn't work from my tumors and this one is really swelling up and He forced me to do PT and stand, and I said, I need to sit down, my leg's not working.
Okay.
I said, you stand for 20 more minutes, like, you need to be stronger. Like, what are you, an 80-year-old cripple?
Okay.
I said, I need to sit down, and he came over to, like, grab me to get me back on the bed, and my leg gave out, and we had the walker, and I couldn't hold on because of it, and it slid up from underneath me, and he let me fall, and I landed on my butt, and then I was able to, like, catch myself to not hit my head.
Okay.
And there's an IV pole, and I have a big scratch on my back from where I scraped it.
I didn't tell her to stand up and fall down on purpose. We didn't know that she was going to fall or she wouldn't have stood up either. She normally can walk just fine, and she's been using her walker just fine. And to prove it, she had PT that day for an hour with the physical therapist a couple hours before I got there. And so she did PT just fine.
Okay.
I was really exhausted after PT and everything, and then he made me do more. And so he had me walking on the side of the bed with my walker, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he goes, okay, now you need to stand there for 30 minutes. Just show me you can stand. I said, I don't think I can. Like, my legs feel really weird. He said, you do it.
Whitney never explicitly says which moment, the fall last night or the bathroom incident from Saturday, was her final straw, but her mom has a grim thought about Josh's death threats.
He's threatened on multiple occasions. Like, on Saturday, he said I should just stab you in the jugular and end it.
And there's a huge life insurance policy, which has the beneficiary involved, 1.3 million.
That he is the beneficiary of? Okay.
She got through work. And he kind of coerced you to get that in.
Yeah, and then he mentioned something about, like, you know how bad it would be if you changed the beneficiary from your husband or whatever. If I found out if it went to your parents.
There's definitely a lot of motives.
Okay. You can change that, right? Like, you can change it at any time. Yes. I would do that.
Whitney and her parents say that they've already spoken with a lawyer about this and other financial considerations, but for today at least, Whitney has had enough.
Are you okay? I don't feel well.
I think we can see a nurse and there's buzzing at the nurse.
I'm really worn out.
After telling her emotional story in exhausting detail, Whitney is settled back into bed, and the officer calls Josh from the parking lot with an update.
Sorry, I've been running around. We're so busy. I was trying to get you a call, but every time I picked up the phone, I was dispatched elsewhere. So.
Am I not allowed to take care of her tonight? Bring her oatmeal?
Yeah, no. Her parents are with her. Again, like I said, I'll come over and kind of explain a few more things to you. So
I apologize for ruining. I mean, this is more stuff in your day you shouldn't have to deal with.
No worries.
If I did something wrong here, okay.
Josh agrees to have the officer visit his home to further discuss the situation, which he still believes is limited to a dispute with hospital staff.
So I don't know what's really going on today.
Yeah, so the staff there just doesn't want you back there. I think it has some.
Man, I would tombstone this dude, bro. Like, you telling me this puny hoe is the dude she's scared of, bro? This puny nerd in the books, bitch, is who she's scared of, man. One good slap, he out of there. I guarantee you he guard up like this. And you know, this looks swaggy, you know what I'm saying? Because Lennon Bell doing it. But he do it with pure intent, you know what I'm saying? Come on, dog.
To do probably with what happened yesterday.
It wasn't good, you guys. Like, should I have done something different? I don't know. So on Saturday, she had fallen again really bad and then went to the bathroom on herself. And we didn't know she had C. diff yet.
Okay.
And so I found her on the floor and she was out of it. And, you know, usually you shouldn't really go to the hospital unless you absolutely have to. But she ended up having a big accident on the couch when I was sleeping. I've been sleeping in this room. She had to call the ambulance.
So medical was called on Saturday?
No. Saturday she fell. Medical was called 2 nights ago, sorry.
Okay.
I might have messed that up. I haven't had much sleep.
That's okay.
Look how zesty this piece of shit is. His mannerisms, he probably get cracked in the anus on the low. I would not be surprised, bro. And he mad at her because he fruity. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I would not be surprised.
Wanted to.
But yes, and so when we brought her in, Dr. Hanan came in that night at 8 o'clock, so 2 nights ago at 8. He's like, why do you have all these bruises? You have bruises on your knees, you have them on your arms, you have it on your face, on your head, on your back, everywhere. He was trying to blame me that I was neglecting her.
As they move into the living room, Josh insists that he has been Whitney's rock through trying times.
A little over a year and a half ago, she was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. So they found a spinal tumor, and ever since then, it's just been a whirlwind.
Yeah.
And I've been by her side the whole time, which will never change.
But Josh is about to learn that the police aren't just at his house to reinforce the trespassing order.
So yeah, obviously I talked with staff there. I talked with Whitney, and based on.
Look at his face, bro. He panicking. He's scared. This is who anybody out there that's getting abused. This, when confronted, bro, there's a reason why they want to keep you isolated. There's a reason why they don't want nobody to know about your current situation. It's not because they care about you. It's not because, oh, I really messed up. It's nothing. It's none of that. It's because being confronted, this is who they truly are. That facade of being the toughest person in the world subsides, my dog. Instantaneously. Gang, you the one I'm saying. This nigga not tough. He's a puny bitch. And he know if he go to jail, it's over, bro. His booty hole is fish food. Gang.
On some of the conversation that Whitney and I had, and based on some of her injuries and things like that, I'm gonna place you under arrest for.
Oh, really?
Yep, for terrorizing and aggravated assault. Okay, so I'm gonna ask that you put your hands behind your back.
Okay. I didn't know that, you guys.
All right.
I thought it just wasn't allowed at all true. Wow, this really looks bad on me when all I do is take care of her. Makes me look like I actually did something wrong.
Unbeknownst to Josh, the officer has in her possession letters from Whitney's doctors, one of which says starkly, there's no doubt in my mind that if she were to return to his care, she likely would not survive another abuse.
I didn't terrorize anyone. I wasn't mean to anyone there.
So this is for Whitney herself. This is not for all true staff.
That seems like a weird charge.
So, that means that something was said or something that was done that made her in fear for her safety or her life.
Wow.
There was supposedly some comments during her incontinence episode on Saturday that were really concerning. What was concerning to me was a lot of her bruising. I do understand that she is very sick. She has low platelets, and therefore it does cause some bruising. But she does have a handprint.
Yes, that's from picking her up off the floor.
So you picked her up.
No, that was to get her to come to. We already told the doctors that. If you even poke her, it'll cause a bruise.
Okay.
And when she hit her eye, that was on her walker. She already told people she fell down.
But this story, whatever its legitimacy, has already been preempted by Whitney.
I said that the walker slipped and I hit my face on the walker.
So that's the
They covered it. So
For the eye. And that's what you told them initially when you came in.
they told us.
like staff and stuff, but when I was in the ambulance, he was abusing me.
So she told me that she said those things to other people, and that wasn't the truth.
You messed up.
Okay. So that's what I'm getting.
Why would she try to say this about her only caretaker and the person she's been with for 6 years? And I've been through this cancer fight with her.
Yeah. So based on talking with her, it seems like there may be some domestic violence issues going back to 2020.
No, definitely
that she's
not.
kind of just
Okay.
disclosed, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, the problem is that I keep her alive and.
All right, number one is slipping. You know what I'm saying? In fact, he keep bringing it up. It reigns true. Number two, he's stalling because he's embarrassed. His neighbors are about to see him get arrested.
Keep her going and find all the medical errors and everything else, and now she's saying stuff like this when I did nothing.
Unreal.
Josh is calm on the ride to jail, unaware that this case is already beyond her word against his.
The problem is domestic, like real domestic, is such an awful thing, and then being categorized in that is pretty ridiculous.
And then when we get divorced, you're going to be like every other woman and try to take half of my money.
No, I won't.
And then I'm going to cut your throat, is what's going to happen, because no one steals my.
I've always put her in front of myself.
Is there going to come a time where you're pleasant to be around, or is it just going to stay like this forever? Am I just going to be your caretaker until you die, and then we're just going to live a life of, oh, well, that was a waste of my life? Huh?
She has been safe. She has been well cared for. The weird thing, maybe you guys had asked around and found that out today, but I usually get praise, as does she, for how good of care I take of her.
You need to stop being a nuisance. You go to the store and get your own food from now on.
With her husband under arrest and a protection order in place, Whitney Temple seemed to be on a path to freedom. Unfortunately, she didn't have long to enjoy it. She died a month later on May 6, 2024. At a later court hearing, her father recalled the day his daughter accepted her fate.
And then I heard my baby girl announce the next evening, "This is my last supper. I am ready for hospice." And then soul-crushingly, Whitney unbelievably apologized to us for having to give up the fight for her life.
Josh, who was originally charged with endangering an eligible adult, terrorizing, 1 felony count of domestic violence and 1 misdemeanor count of domestic violence, enters into a plea agreement that sees the domestic violence charges dismissed in exchange for guilty pleas to the first 2. At his sentencing hearing, a year after Josh was arrested, his lawyer said that he should be given leniency, arguing that he had been, quote, proactive in his own rehabilitation and heavily involved in his church while out on bond.
Come on, bro. Come on. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. Using Jesus as, I hate when people do that, bro. They try and use Jesus or whatever to be like, oh, I'm a changed man. Look, I'm going to church. You can go to church and still not. You can do all the sorts with church. You can go to church. I can go as far as saying you can read the Bible, know it, and memorize it back to back, front page to last, and still know nothing about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the vibe I get. He's trying to put on here. Mind you, he's a manipulative dude that's good at fronts and facades. So of course he's gonna do it's fake, bro. Like,
it's for these reasons that I asked the court to consider a period of home confinement and supervised probation.
In a sentencing memorandum Josh filed prior to the hearing, his lawyer argued that his client's actions came out of burnout from being a caregiver. He wrote, Whitney's battle came to an unfortunate end a month after Josh was charged. This fact in itself makes Josh's conduct extremely unlikely to recur. Josh himself also spoke at the hearing.
My wife was my world, and she was the strongest person I have ever known. I'm truly focused on making the wrongs that I made right and asking for true forgiveness for mistakes that I've made. I'm truly sorry. Thank you for your time, Your Honor.
But while Josh and his lawyer argued that he was, quote, for the most part, a devoted husband who tirelessly cared for his terminally ill wife, the prosecutor argued that this was exactly what one would expect to see in this type of relationship.
Your Honor, I think everybody in the system, the court, attorneys, law enforcement, we're all very familiar with domestic violence, and it is a cycle. It's not something that happens 24/7. Had it been something going on every single day, every minute of that day, I truly believe that Whitney Temple would have left much sooner than she tried to. But that's not how domestic violence works. It's a roller coaster of ups and downs. There is love bombing. There is promises, assurances that the individual will change. They'll be better. They'll do better. But they don't.
The previous year, an autopsy found that Whitney's death was a result of Ewing sarcoma complications. However, the doctor also noted one contributing factor, a history of documented intimate partner violence. The judge not only took this into consideration, but also the fact that Whitney was not the first.
You have engaged in violence in the past. So in 2012, you engaged in a domestic violence situation with a person with whom you'd had a child in front of your child. These are concerning facts. You have a problem. You have a serious problem. you need to acknowledge it and you need to address it.
And mind you, bro, like he had a year to think about it, and he's still holding his statement of I've just taken I've taken great care of her. That was my wife. I did everything for her. Does that tell you he changed? He didn't acknowledge the fact that he was beating her for dying. He was blaming her for dying, bro. Are we dead ass? Come on, bro. If you ask me, bro, this is a life sentence. You threatened her life on multiple occasions and you slowly started taking action towards it. That's life to me. You worsened her condition. She became septic and you withheld care from her. How's that like not a life sentence or like at least attemptive? At least
She died from cancer, but there is no doubt that the physical and mental abuse that you perpetrated against her made her last days on earth even more unnecessarily painful.
The judge sentenced Joshua Temple to 5 years in prison for endangering an eligible adult and 5 years in prison for terrorizing an adult victim, with both sentences to be served concurrently, followed by 2 years of supervised probation. Whitney Temple, who after her original diagnosis managed to complete her residency, pass a medical board exam, and continue to work as a physician throughout her illness, was 33 years old. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help
you ask me, he got off, bro. You ask me, I'm giving this dude life. I'm being real with you, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro. 5 years. And the thing is, they said that he stuffed shit down her mouth, and she got sepsis. What, like a few days later, and I feel like that can be an argument. Like he was withholding care from her. He knew she needed to go to the hospital because she was worsening. She had diarrhea. She was doing horrible, and he refused to call the ambulance for her. And I don't know, bro. I don't know. He got off, bro. But the thing about dudes like this, I want to say he said he was a physician or something like that. So people be having connects, bro. Crazy, but that's about it.